Hello, Richard here, and today I want to show you the easiest way to apply superglue to something. I say the easiest way, it's the easiest way I found anyway. The trick to easily applying superglue to something is the mighty bow pen or ruling pen. Now in a moment I'll show you how it all works. I've got a drawer that I've been working on here for a part of an art cabinet I've been building, and there's quite a big split in the veneer along the top that I want to fill with CA glue before I give it a coat of varnish. So let me just bring you in and show you the tools we're going to be using, and then we'll have a go at filling this gap. And then hopefully you'll be able to see just how easy it is to use a bow pen or a ruling pen to apply superglue to something and not get it everywhere else. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so this is what we're going to be using for putting the glue on with. And this is known as a ruling pen, or as I always knew it, a bow pen. And these were used back in the day by draftsmen and graphic designers, artists, to be able to draw thick lines with ink or paint. And what you would do is you basically use this little dial here to open and close the nib, so you can make the nib wider or narrower, and you'd make that the same width as the line you want to make. And then you would dip it in your paint or in your ink, and then you run it along a ruler or other guide, and that would draw you a nice fat straight line. Now what we're going to be using it for today is superglue. Now if you get the right sort of thickness of superglue, these are really great because you can use these to pick up a bit of superglue in the nib and then basically paint it onto what you want to do. Now the glue I'm going to be using is this. This is Vital Bond CA, and this is a medium viscosity superglue. I don't know if you can see in the bottle there, if I sort of wiggle it around a bit, I don't know if you can see that. See how runny that is? Superglue comes in different viscosities. And this one, as I say, this is a medium, so it's medium runny. You can get extra thin and you can get thick ones, you can get gel ones and all kinds. So you need to bear that in mind when you're using one of these for superglue. If you use a really thick gel superglue, this may not work as well. If you use a really extra thin superglue, you might want to make the nib narrower. And for one of these, you want to have the nib so that the gap is about 1 millimeter or between a 32nd and a 64th of an inch on the end. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some of the superglue in the bottom end of this paint pot I've got here. It's just some modelling paint in a little glass jar, and they're just handy because you can turn it upside down and you can use it as like a little inkwell for superglue. So we'll pop a bit of superglue in there, and then I'll take you over in closer to the actual crack I want to fix on the drawer, and I'll show you how to fix it. All we're going to do is just going to take some of the superglue here, and I'm just going to create a little well of this in the paint pot, and then we can use that as a little palette to pick up our glue from. Okay, so what we do then is we basically just start at one end with the bow pen about 45 degrees and just start to feed along, and hopefully you should be able to see that as we go, the glue actually wicks out of the ruling pen or bow pen and onto the job until there's none left. And you can see we've got really good control over where we're getting it there. Just pick up some more and then we'll carry on from where we left off. And you have to get it flowing, and once it gets flowing, you can actually draw with it, almost like a pen. You can just draw the superglue in there like that, and I'll get to the end, and there you go, and it's emptied out. And then we can come back to the beginning again, and we can just go back over that again, flowing a little more in there. You can see we're getting very little either side. There's a little bit on either side of the gap there. That'll sand down really easily. So again, we can just wick a little bit more into the gap. And once you get it flowing, it'll kind of just automatically flow off the end of the pen and into the work that you're trying to do. Pick up a little more. Feed that in. So you can see the control you've got with this. You can use it on things like this. This is just a woodwork repair. You can use it for scale modeling. So if you're into making scale models, this is a handy way of being accurate with the superglue. We just sort of get a little bit more over there because I can see that it's still a little low. This is obviously soaking into the joint quite a lot. So what you could do as well with this on this specific type of thing is just, once you've got so much on there, just let it set for a little bit and then come back and go over it again just to get the surface absolutely flush. But I'm pretty happy with the way that's going. So we'll just finish this off here, I think. And then we'll probably call that pretty much done. And again, once it's dried in this particular application, when it's dried, I'll have another look and see if it's sunk down at all. But yeah, there you go. That's the bow pen. used for the easy way to apply superglue. Well, as always, I hope you found it useful, and until next time, thanks for watching.